vitesse de monter par soir.
What is the truth? Now go on, say it.
The truth that France is unconquerable.
You tell that to the Germans as they march underneath the Arc de Triomphe.
Yes, and I'll shout it from Tours, from Algiers if need be, and yet again in Madagascar.
You're one of the lunatics that led us into this war. England's war. To the last Frenchman.
And what if you were the last Frenchman? What would England do then?
Go on fighting.
That's better.
To the last Australian.
Quiet. Don't you, eh?
Hello, Mike. Well, what do you know?
For 10 thirsty weeks I've been waiting, hoping and praying. Myself a merchant of Irish whiskey, but divil a drop have I had to sell. And now, thanks to be the Lord, I have 12 dozen cases in my cellar. But divil a bottle can I dispose of. My stomach feels as if my throat is cut.
To hell with your throat. What have you heard?
They do be saying the Bank of France has done a bunk.
What? Bank of France, too? Give me the British Embassy, Mr. Duncan. The government's leaving Paris, Mike, and I'm leaving too.
David, dear, is it mad ye are? Think of the glorious fun that we two could have together here in this town. We'd be rubbing out them jerrys like undoing the screw tops off bottles.
This time it's the conventional way for me. In khaki with a bayonet. Oh, Duncan? David Warren here. I've heard the news. What do I do now? Surely my job's finished. Well, I thought I might rejoin my old regiment. I'm fit. This is no sort of a job. Lisbon, like a tourist agent? Well, I suppose I must if it's in order. Oh, Duncan! Do something for me, will you? I need an entrance permit to England for a friend. Yes, correct. Gabriel Girard.
There are horsemen riding east and west, down the roads through fields of yellow grain, and the word goes winging of the news they're bringing that Napoleon's marching once again. There are horsemen spurring north and south. They are
Mr. Warren, is it true that the government's running away?
Yes, I heard about it.
Oh, but this is terrible. This is serious. It's...
Yes, it's serious.
It's the end.
Marching on, if we hesitate the moment may be gone. Hold on behind the drum, it will never again be dumb, till our liberty has spoken, me is broken, till victory is won. Hold behind the drum.
Why the house is so full with the news so bad.
Don't worry.
Worry? That's what you English always say.
darling.
Oh, David, I'm so glad you're here. Oh, Dr. Palin. Come on, darling. I only have a few moments to change. Come on, girl. There. Quietly, please. Oh. Where have you been? No word from you all day, and the news so terrible.
Now it's worse. Italy's in.
Oh, David.
Yeah, you'll have to close the theatre.
Close the theatre? Are you in a panic, too?
The Germans are only 40 miles from Paris.
Well, if anyone's going to close the theatre, let the Germans do it. Oh.
You know, Gay, this is no time for singing and dancing.
On the contrary, now is when everyone needs it most.
But you've got to think of yourself.
Well, what about you? You're English.
Oh, I'll be all right.
Then I'll be all right. If necessary, I shall play to empty houses.
There won't be empty houses. There'll be Germans in the best seats. In uniform.
German soldiers at the Mogador?
Yes, if you're there to entertain them. Of course, you'd be a huge success. They'd adore you.
The Germans are marching on Paris. The government has left. Tomorrow, or the night after, the Boche may be sitting in your seats. But we are not going to work for them.
So, tonight is our last performance. God be with you. Long live France.
Vive la France!
Wine, Henriette. Then we'll all feel better.
Yes, at once. Oh, Madame Panache, the Mogador closing.
Yes, Henriette.
What are we going to do? Drink wine while they march? Wait for them?
What else can we do?
What else? Fight?
You? What with?
With a knife or my hand.
Stefan, you're too old to kill Germans.
Then I'm too old to live. There's work to do for all of us, making France unbearable for the Boche.
No, Stefan, you must leave France. You must all leave.
What? Run away?
If the Boche are here, we must be here.
With our own people.
It's exactly what they want you to do.
You are mad. I say you are mad. I'm not afraid of the Germans.
You see, they'll try to make a shop window of Paris to advertise their new Europe.
Absurd.
For that, they need you, the actors and artists. That's why you should go.
David's right.
Well, am I right?
Are you leaving Paris?
Yes.
For England?
But you are. It's all arranged.
No, David, I'm going with you wherever you go, right or wrong.
David, you weren't even looking.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling. You look wonderful.
But you're not ready. You're not even changed.
I know, I've just been to the embassy. I have to go back to London.
David.
Tonight.
But this is our first day here.
I know, darling. There's nothing I can do about it.
Where will they send you? Madrid? China? And for how long? A week? A year? Or maybe a lifetime?
I wish I knew.
I've never asked questions when you've left me before, but this time it's different.
I can only tell you that they want me, so I have to go.
I need to know a man as well as I know you. Yet not know him at all. Who are you, David?
Just an Englishman.
A very dear, sweet, elusive Englishman who never says why or where. You know, you're a very disappointing person to be in love with.
Am I? Don't say goodbye. Just wait for me.
Oh, how good to see you. We heard you were killed.
They bombed us on the roads. Many of us were killed, but I was lucky.
Thank God you're saved.
Saved what for? Now that France is lost?
What, to sing again, Andre, for the new France. Come and have supper with us, huh?
If I may join you afterwards, I would be very grateful.
Of course, we'd be delighted.
Au revoir. Bonsoir, madame.
Look, Girard. In Lisbon, this is something. Yes, you are right. This is something.
Play Sunday.
In correct honor, madame. I hope you will enjoy your stay in Lisbon.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you, madame. Thank you.
Over.
Pardon, Hoffman.
Why are you staring at?
Oh, monsieur. Mademoiselle Girard, the Mogador.
Girard? Girard? The actress from Paris?
Yes.
Please excuse me.
But, Mr. Hoffman, where are you going?
Business, important business. You can wait. Alain? I ask your pardon for the intrusion, Herr von Schreiner.
Yes, what is it?
The French actress Girard is in Lisbon.
Must you describe Mademoiselle Girard as if she were something from a catalogue, Herr Hoffmann?
I ask your pardon, Herr von Schreiner. Mademoiselle Girard is dining at this hotel.
Well?
Mademoiselle Girard, Herr von Schreiner, should not have left France. Her name is on the list.
Well?
As you were here in Lisbon, Herr von Schreiner, I considered it my duty to report the matter. I thought it might be of interest to the propaganda department.
Mademoiselle Girard is only of interest to the propaganda department when she's performing at the Mogador Theatre in Paris. It now becomes your duty, Herr Hoffmann, to see that she returns.
But, Herr von Schreiner, I cannot force...
You have your orders, Hoffmann. Mademoiselle Girard will return to Paris.
Jawohl, Herr von Schreiner.
Ever heard her sing, Hoffmann?
No, Herr von Schreiner.
She has a wonderful voice.
Dreams will amend at the journey's end, and our hearts will follow their stars.
Madame, merveille. If only you would sing here every night. Quite impossible.
Madame isn't here to sing. No, Penny, you're wrong. I will sing.
Oh, Madame.
Every night. And Andre, he shall sing too. And Stefan, you must write us some songs.
Out of the question.
But for money. Lots of money.
No.
For French refugees. And Penny, you must find some other artists and we'll have a cabaret. Singers, dancers, everything. Everything.
Oh, Madame.
But I'm so tired of peeping through keyholes. I want to return to my unit. I want a real job.
You're getting one?
You mean my application's been accepted?
Yes, by my waste paper basket. From today's date, you're posted to Directorate of Tube Alloys.
What?
No, don't worry, that's only a code name. Have you ever heard of a French scientist called Sagan?
Why, no, sir.
He's developed a light alloy called saluin. He's also been working for years on the releasing of atomic energy. The same work's been going on in America and England and Norway. But Sargon is the expert on the isolation of U-235, the rare form of uranium.
I'm afraid it's all Dutch to me, sir.
Yes, well, the atomic bomb won't be if ever they find it.
Do they really think they can?
Yes, and so do the Germans. It's a race, and whoever wins the war.
Well, where do I come into all this, sir?
Well, Sargon's part of a team. Now, without him, we could fail. So you're going to France to find him.
Oh, just like that. I go to France.
Yes, you go to France. And your name is René Descartes. Who's he? The French officer who came to England after the fall of France. He turned agent for the Germans, a very bad one. We intercepted everything he sent them.
Do I look like René Descartes?
Not in the least.
Well, then surely anyone in Germany...
René Descartes and all his pals are moving house.
Oh.
To the Tower of London.
I see.
It's because of René Descartes that we know that the Germans can't find Sargon. And it's also because of him that the Germans know that Sargon's not in England.
Are you sure he's still in France?
Yes.
Well, how do I find him? It's a pretty big place to play hide-and-seek in.
Sargon has a daughter, and she knows where her father is. Now, we let René Descartes give this information to German intelligence. And they did just what we wanted. They arranged for him to come back to Paris. And they worked it out. That if he tells Sargon's daughter that he's come from British intelligence to help her father escape, well, she'll naturally tell him where her father's hiding. But you go instead.
Ah, now I understand. What sort of person am I?
Highly unpleasant. In fact, your reputation amongst decent Frenchmen won't be entirely odorless. Now, here is your cover story, which tells you all about yourself. So memorize it, and then burn it. And remember, once the Germans get onto you, you're on your own. That's all I can tell you.
You haven't done so badly, sir. Anything else?
Yes. Yes, there is. I wonder if you'll do something for me.
Why, of course, sir. Anything else you can think of?
Well, be a good fellow and get me some silk stockings.
Why, it's a pleasure, sir. One French scientist and some silk stockings.
Size 8.5. Burning fresh, if possible. Otherwise, peach bloom. You sure it's no trouble?
Oh, no trouble at all, sir.
Monsieur Descartes, Oberst.
Sit down, Monsieur Descartes.
Thank you.
The information you gave me has been checked and we are satisfied. The contact supplied to you by British intelligence will not be interfered with until Sargon is found. No suspicion will therefore be incurred. Your proposal to stage the escape of Sargon's daughter from the detention camp is approved. You will work directly under my authority. That is military intelligence. You will be immune from interference by any other department. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Then you start at once. Your work is in a category of extreme urgency.
Yes.
You will leave Paris tonight.
Thank you, Colonel Lehman.
London's burning, terrible, biggest raid of the war.
Oh, Stefan.
How can anyone stand these bombardments? How do they live through them?
Do you think he has lived through it?
Course game. David's all right.
Why do you think so? Why no word from him for months and months? Every day a plane comes from London. Every day I ask if a letter has come from him. And never a word. Nothing. Nothing.
No news today is good news.
You think so, Stefan? Have you ever tried it?
I beg you to believe me, Herr von Schreiner. On numerous occasions I have tried to make contacts with Mademoiselle Girard. She's unapproachable, Herr von Schreiner.
Forgive me for introducing myself like this. My name is Karl von Schreiner. I have followed Mademoiselle Girard's career with profound admiration for years. May I sit down for a moment? Excuse me, please. Ah, yes. I'm a German. But even a German can be filled with appreciation for French culture. In all the cities which have been liberated by my country, the arts are being encouraged. We want them to flourish. Mademoiselle Girard, why did you allow us to drive you away from Paris?
I was not driven away.
Madame, Paris must be gay again. Her cafes filled, her theaters crowded. Her actresses must return. To put it simply, will you return to Paris and play a season at the Mogador?
Are you seriously inviting us to return to our own theatre? To Paris?
Yes. Without Gabrielle Girard, Paris is no longer able to express herself.
Paris wishes to express herself. She will do so. If only with a piece of chalk on a wall.
Ah, this Lisbon. Germans strutting like bantam cocks in the streets. Germans stuffing themselves in the cafes. And now Germans sitting down with us at our own table.
Have a bath. You'll feel better.
Yes, I bath. Then I change. Then I go downstairs and play my songs. And who'll be listening? Germans, Germans, Germans. Now it's enough. Tonight we finish.
Yes. And then what do we do?
I know what we should do. That pig was right. We should go back to Paris.
Back to Paris? To the Mogador?
No. Not to play for them, but to be there with everyone else. What sort of life is this? Gossip, intrigue, dirty Germans. And what are we? Singing fools, that's all. Singing fools.
Oh, we haven't done too badly. We've helped a lot of people.
What sort of work is that? But if I were in Paris,
Yes, Stefan. If you were in Paris, what could you do?
What could I do? At least I could kill one German.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Get the luggage out, will you?
Yes, sir.
Lisette, we're here.
David, at last. Isn't it wonderful?
It takes very little to make me aware of something I thought was gone. A letter from Paris, a voice on the air, a record. Jean Sabat. Then suddenly to my surprise, I find there are tears in my eyes. Paris in my heart, forever gay, lingers like a dream of yesterday. Every year in spring, when I hear music.
German. Yes, French German.
There's Paris in my heart again, all her trees in bloom. the Bois, the Seine, drifting through the gloom, a dance refrain. And because I find the magic still remaining, there's Paris in my heart again. I can see her cafes gleaming and the bicycles go gliding by. Then by a bridge, two lovers dreaming, and the lights against the evening sky. Paris in my heart, forever young, where my happy songs of love were sung. City of my heart, for you I ever hunger. I only close my eyes, and then there's Paris in my heart.
Stefan, you better get Panny. I'll meet you in the bar. Oh, David.
Darling.
Oh, it's really you.
Yes, it's really me.
Oh, safe and alive.
Very much alive.
Oh, but darling, all this time, no word, nothing.
Gay, I couldn't tell you anything.
But every day a plane came from London with mail.
Darling, I wasn't in London. I was in France.
What were you doing there?
Oh, it's a long story.
Oh, yes, of course. Come upstairs and we'll have supper together. I want to hear everything.
By the way, I brought a friend with me.
We'll bring him along, too.
It isn't a him, it's a her. Oh, I'm sure you'll like her.
Yes, of course. Well, come along as soon as you're ready.
All right, then I'll tell you the whole story.
Près de ta porte parmi, je veux encore demeurer. Les soleils pourront s'éteindre, les nuits remplacer les jours, sans t'accuser, sans me plaindre, là je resterai toujours, toujours. Je le sais, ton âme est douce, et l'heure bientôt viendra où la main qui me repousse vers la mienne se tendra. Ne sois pas trop tardive à te laisser attendrir. Si Rosen bientôt n'arrive, je vais hélas mourir, hélas mourir.
Good evening, Anne. Oh, Gay, we're here.
Yes, David.
David, I'm so nervous.
Silly. Nothing to be nervous about. Gay, this is Lisette. Mademoiselle Girard.
I'm delighted to meet you. David's told me so much about you. Now tell me, how is Paris?
Paris is very sad.
Hello? Monsieur Decker? No, I don't know him. Oh, yes, he's here. Just a moment, please. David.
Thanks. Hello. Who? You here already?
Sure, it is myself, no less. I'm here in the hotel, with a thirst on me that would put shame into an elephant. I'll meet you in the bar, then. Well, hurry up, for me throat is as dry as the Irish Sea.
All right, I'm coming. Do you mind a shout it on?
No, of course not.
May have some good news for you.
Really? Oh, David, you really think so?
Shouldn't be surprised.
It's an awful lot of weather we've been having lately, have we not? Would you be after playing a nice little game of shove halfpenny? I didn't catch the name.
I didn't throw it.
Oh. Now, go on, tell us your name. Go on.
Panache. Madame Panache.
Panache? Sure, that's not a name at all. It's an affliction. Is it from Cork or Waterford ye are?
I've never been to England.
You... Oh, God, forgive you for them words.
Are you an American?
I am not. I'm a God-fearing Christian man. I'm a son of Aaron, no less.
Oh, Irish.
Well, sort of half Irish. Through a friend of me father's, I understand. I have a picture of his tombstone in my pocket. Would you like to look at it?
Yes.
You'd be highly delighted, would you? There you are. No, do you have it upside down?
What? Yes, but what's all the writing at the bottom?
That's the engraving. Can you not read?
Nothing.
He is not dead. He only sleepeth. He'll have a hell of a surprise when he wakes up, won't he? This monument, sacred to the memory of Brian Boru O'Rourke, erected at great expense by his sorrowing offspring, Michael O'Rourke, licensed dealer in wines and spirits, 34 North Circular Road, Dublin. What are you laughing at?
4 Irish whiskies.
Oh, you're good. Is she one of us, is she?
I was interned, and David got me out. He hid me in Paris and arranged everything for me. Food rations, clothes, and everything.
And you saw him quite often?
Oh, yes, I saw him very often. Except when he went to find my father. Then I missed him terribly.
You've seen your father?
No, not yet.
You're very fond of David, aren't you?
He has done so much for me.
Yes, I can understand that.
I told you there wouldn't be any trouble, and I was quite right, there was.
What happened?
Well, himself is safe and sound now, all right, but he wasn't.
Where is he now?
A little fishing village on the coast, near the Portuguese frontier.
You know the trouble?
Divil a bit. Except for 2 dead Germans. There'd have been more, only I got housemaid's knee in me left hand.
Of course, the jurors will be watching the border.
Yeah, you take the words out of me mouth.
It's too big a risk.
What about a boat?
Yes, it's the only way.
Yes, well, now,
Where are you going?
I'm just going to chase after a nice little piece of free French skirt. Oh, she's a lovely girl, that. She has the right ideas. She thinks that England is a province of Ireland.
You coming back?
Well, I'm not sure whether I'm coming back or not, but if I'm not coming back, I'll come back and let you know I'm not coming
Wait just
back.
a minute. I want you to see Lisette. Grab yourself another drink. Lisette, your father's safe. He's over the border.
Oh, David!
Mike's downstairs. You better go and see him. He'll tell you everything.
Well, excuse me. Yes, sir. Oh, David, darling, thank you so much.
Well, she's happy now.
Yes. There's some wine over there. Help yourself.
There's so much I want to tell you.
I've learned quite a lot already.
Why, Gay, what's wrong?
Oh, look. She must have dropped her bracelet. Looks like platinum. You better give it to her back.
No, this is Saluman. It's quite different.
You always did like buying unusual presents.
Oh, I didn't buy it. Her father gave it to her from the first piece of alloy he made. Why, you didn't think... Don't you know who her father is? Have you never heard of Sargon?
Sargon?
A scientist with an international reputation for atomic research. That's why I had to go to France. He wouldn't leave until he knew Lisette was safe.
David, what were you really doing in France?
Just a bit of old-fashioned smuggling. I didn't go there for fun and romance, if that's what you think.
I thought...
Well, what did you think?
Never mind. Never mind.
Now, look. I want you to do something for me.
Yes, David, of course, anything.
Sargon's in Spain.
Yes.
I've got to get him by sea as far as the fishing waters outside Lisbon. Now, do you know a fisherman? One who'd take the risk of going with Mike to pick him up and then landing them.
Yes, I do. Pedro, he'd do it. How soon?
As soon as possible.
On Sunday, there's a big festival. It's the blessing of the fish nets. Everyone will be there and the harbor will be deserted.
That's just what I need.
Benedicat vos omnipotens Deus, Pater, et Filius, et Spiritus Sanctus.
Come on now, it's all right. Come on.
Pedro the fisherman was always whistling such a merry call. Girls who were passing by would hear him whistling by the harbor wall. But his sweetheart Nina, who loved him true, always knew that his song belonged to her alone. And in the evening when the lights were gleaming and they had to part, as he sailed his boat away, echoing across the bay, came the tune that lingered in her heart. So they wandered hand in hand, you will love understand why it was he whistled all the day. When they kissed and said good night, as she whipped him out of sight, she could hear that whistle all the way. But days of dreaming quickly pass, and life goes rushing on. And one day from the harbor wall she found his boat had gone. He'd sailed away to find the gold the sea could never bring, to buy a dress, a cuckoo clock, the saucepan and the ring. She kept her eyes on the blue horizon, but he didn't return. She stopped her sighing and left off crying, but he didn't return. One day her father said to her, "Oh, dearest daughter mine, you never make a lot from fish, you make much more from wine. For Miguel is rather fat, his vineyard's doing well, so marry him and let your dreams of Pedro go to." The organ peals, the choir boys sing, the priest is ready with the book and the ring. So small and white, here comes the bride, and stands by swarthy Miguel's side. Will you have this man to be your lawful spouse eternally? And suddenly the church is still. They wait to hear her say, "I will." When through the open doorway there a far off sound disturbs the air. Suddenly she found her man from the church house he ran. There he was upon the harbor wall. Down rushed the wedding guests upon the quayside, but the bride had gone. As with love she sailed away, echoing across the
Be damn it, he must be.
I've never seen her in my life before.
Well, who are you? Is it dumb you are?
Doesn't matter who I am.
That's no sort of an answer.
I was hiding with Sargon. We tried to get a boat to Dakar, but the Gestapo raided the house. I got away, but he was taken. I'd given him my papers. He destroyed his own.
Well, why didn't you tell me this in Marseille?
I was afraid. I had to get away. Anywhere I could.
Where is my father? Tell me, where is he?
The Gestapo took him.
Oh, no. Concentration camp. David!
Don't worry, Lisette. I'll go back. I'll find him, I promise you. Come along.
Now, what's your name, you big...
Edouard Mario.
You dirty blackguard, you. To think the decent men have risked their blessed lives to... Oh, I better get going, or I'll fetch your clout and stiffen you.
You can't leave me alone. I've no money. I must live. I must eat.
Here. And may the devil fly away with you.
Immigration officer, where are your papers, please?
What papers?
Passport, entrance permit, exit permit.
I have no papers. I'm a refugee.
Then you better come with me.
No, you can't send me back. I've escaped. If you send me back there... Do you know who I am? I'm Sargon. I'm a great scientist. I can be useful. Your government will welcome me. They'll be glad I'm here.
Come with me
Where are you taking me?
to the port authorities.
Oh, yes. 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 They'll offer me sanctuary when they know who I am.
Yes, certainly.
No, I'm not going.
Down there. Monsieur Sargon.
Come down, Monsieur Sargon. Why did you leave France by such an unconventional route, Monsieur Sargon?
They wanted me in England. I was useful, but I'll stay here if you say so. I'll do anything you tell me.
What if I should tell you that I think you ought to return to your own country?
No, I refuse.
Why? You'll be well paid. You'll live in comfort. You'll be given every assistance in your work. The fact that you try to escape will be overlooked, I give you my word.
Who are you?
I represent the German government, Monsieur Sargon.
Let me go. Let me go.
I'm making you a very generous offer, Monsieur Sargon.
I'm not Sargon.
There's no reason to be ashamed of it.
I tell you I'm not Sargon. I lied to you. I'm no use to you. Won't you believe me?
No, Monsieur Sargon.
What are you going to do?
Take you back where you belong.
By everything that's sacred, I swear that I'm not Sargon.
That's an argument which can only be settled in Paris.
I am Sargon! Shoot me! Shoot me, you German swine! In every part of the world, you've crucified peace and decency. You've changed love into hate, courage into terror. Merchants of death, poisoners. You've made civilization foul. You've polluted progress. To hell with you, murderer!
Get rid of him.
Somewhere the sunrise is waiting to be born, and though it lingers, the darkest hours have gone. Night like a sorrow, the sleeping world has worn, is slowly passing, and life
She's going to England.
Look, she gave me her bracelet. I didn't want to take it, but she said it would bring us luck.
Didn't bring her much luck, did it? Oh, if the Nazis had caught us, for 1,001 things we'd half expected had happened. But to let ourselves believe we'd succeeded, only to find that...
My dear, you did everything you could.
It wasn't enough. I failed.
But they asked for the impossible.
No, it wasn't impossible. Never has been impossible. I'm going back to get Sargon out, no matter how.
This morning you said, tomorrow we start our lives again together. Remember?
Yes, I remember. Tomorrow's a dangerous word to play with. I'm sorry I said it.
I'm glad, because it's true. I'm going back with you.
You're not. You're going to England with Lisette.
No, I'm going back with you. They want me to open the Mogador Theatre. All right, I will.
Do you realize they'd call you a collaborator?
If I can be useful, let them call me what they like.
But Gay...
The Germans want me in Paris, so they'll give me privileges. And I'll use everything I can against them.
I'll watch you every second. You can't throw sand in their eyes. They're not fools.
Yeah, but, darling, sometimes they're dreadful fools. Maybe they'll be so busy watching me, they won't even see you. For the sand in their eyes.
Dummkopf. They've thrown sand in your eyes and laughed in your face. Gabrielle Girard still in Lisbon. And more British propaganda is being pumped into Portugal in 1 week than you achieve in a month.
But Herr von Schreiner...
Haven't you the wits to see that her continued absence from Paris is the finest propaganda in the world for England? Hello? Yes? Who? Soll raufkommen. Ja. Get a chair. Not a stool, a chair. Not there. Here. And now get out. Not that way. This way.
Bitte schön, Mademoiselle.
Madame, this is a pleasure. Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
Cigarette?
No, thank you.
I must congratulate you on your performance at the festival.
Thank you.
In Berlin, I have a gramophone record of the same song. I have all your records.
Thank you, Herr von Schreiner, but I'm really not here to discuss gramophone records.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I wish to return to Paris and take my friends with me.
Your friends? All your friends?
Yes.
Ah, so you've changed your mind.
Yes.
But only a few days ago, you were so very...
Yes, that was a few days ago. Now I wish to go back.
Homesick? That I can't believe.
You seem to forget, Herr von Schreiner, that Paris is my world.
Never for a moment, madame. But what's your real reason?
Yes, I will tell you. I feel that I can make myself useful in Paris.
To the German propaganda ministry, naturally.
Oh, naturally.
I assure you, you shall have every encouragement.
Yes, I'm counting on that.
You understand, of course, how important it is that your season at the Mogador should be a success.
Oh, success is essential.
Well, now that we understand each other, do you mind if I tell you how delighted I am personally that Mademoiselle Girard is returning to Paris?
Are you implying that this is a personal matter, Herr von Schreiner?
To anyone who's ever seen you on the stage, it's a highly personal matter. Mademoiselle Girard, believe me, of all people, you should never have left Paris.
Yes, I think you're right. And now I must go.
Now that we're going to work together, don't you think we could be a little less formal?
If we are to work together, Herr von Schreiner, it might be as well to be as formal as possible.
Lights! Lights! Put on the lights! Are you deaf? Working lights! Fish! Fish!
French isn't even spoken here anymore. Only German.
Welcome back to the Mogador. I didn't realize you were here already. Call them all in.
Alles auf die Bühne! Marsch, marsch! Alles auf die Bühne! Marsch!
is here. Stagehands, dressers, electricians. And I found you an art director.
Who?
The best in Paris.
What's his name?
Julien Dulac.
Dulac?
I won't work with him.
Monsieur Dulac, madame, is a brilliant artist. But Monsieur Dulac is also a traitor to France. He's a friend of the Boche.
A collaborator.
I warn you, madam, be careful.
She's right. It's the truth.
I must remind you, Herr Gorel, that you too, by your presence in the theater, are cooperating with the German authorities.
Yes, and that's the truth. That's what we are doing, working for the dirty Boche.
You are under arrest.
Then I'm under arrest too. And I too.
Please. Please, we mustn't lose our heads.
If you arrest Monsieur Gorel, I shall never come back to this theater.
I think we've all been a little indiscreet.
Monsieur Descartes.
Well, Monsieur Descartes, I expect you are now going to burden me with a carefully rehearsed explanation.
I admit there's nothing I can offer you but bad news and disappointments.
You sound like Churchill.
Don't tell me you've been listening to the BBC, Colonel.
As an intelligence officer, that is part of my duty. Well, let's hear now what you have got to say about Sargon.
Well, now, first his daughter. The arrangements were more than satisfactory. Her escape from internment fooled even the Gestapo. And she was convinced I was working for the English.
Your extraordinary lack of efficiency might lead anyone to that conclusion.
She told me her father was hiding in Marseille. But when I got there, he'd left for Spain.
Who told you that?
I have good connections.
Not much good on this occasion.
I traced him as far as the Spanish frontier, but he crossed over. Then I went on to Lisbon, hoping he might turn up there. No luck, he didn't. Then I suppose he escaped to England.
Wrong. Sargon was taken to Lisbon by sea.
Then he is in England.
No, Sargon is not in England.
You mean he's come back here?
No, and he never will come back.
Well, I'm sorry I failed you.
I haven't finished with you yet, Descartes. I've finished only with your failures.
But surely if Sargon is...
The atomic theory still exists. Sargon had an assistant, Jules Bernard.
Yes?
He's somewhere in Vichy, France. You will find him. And this time there will be no apologies, explanation, failures. You will find him very quickly.
I'll do all I can.
Yes, for your own sake. Descartes, have you ever worked in a German factory?
No.
That's also important work.
Yes. So I understand.
I have so.
Well,
Go to Father Ambrose, Church of Our Lady of Sorrows, and ask him to say a mass for Jeanne d'Arc.
Father Ambrose? Father, would you say a mass for Jeanne d'Arc?
For Jeanne d'Arc? But Jeanne d'Arc is a saint, my son.
Father, will you say a mass for Jeanne d'Arc?
Very well. You are a stranger here?
Yes. I came to Paris to find someone.
That may be difficult. France is no longer free.
But there is a free France. Somewhere. If only I could find my way in.
You've tried?
I've tried and tried, Father. There's no one who'll trust me.
Go to the Café Negre. See the barman there. His name is Joe.
Yes, Father.
Order Pernod. Hot or cold?
Pernod.
Pernod. Hot or cold?
Thank you, Father. Two Pernods, please, Joe.
I'm sorry, sir, not Pernod.
No Pernod? That's bad. I like Pernod, hot or cold. Are you sure you haven't got any?
I'm sorry, sir.
Yes, so am I. I was told you'd have it. Hot or cold? I'm sorry, sir. Well, give me a cognac. What's yours, Mike?
Whiskey.
Irish whiskey.
Joe, the Reverend Father sent me.
That will be 80 francs, sir.
He said you could tell me where to...
Sorry about that, Bernard. These are difficult times.
Oh, yeah, sure. Have you got any cigarettes?
Oh, yes, sir. Real bourgeois.
How much?
140 francs, sir.
'Tis sheer robbery, so it is.
All right, I'll take them. How much the lot? Why, what's all this?
Excuse me, sir. What you need is an arcanist, sir. 242 francs, sir.
242? Well, what is it you take us for?
Dr. Cartier, I'm trying to explain I didn't come here to see you about my eyesight.
Well, what other reason would you come to see me?
I need your help, but not about my eyes.
Monsieur Descartes, I am a very busy man. I have no time for riddles. Will you kindly sit in that chair?
I thought you might be able to give me some advice about some friends of yours.
I concern myself with professional advice only. Will you kindly open your eye? You say you have been to Vichy. How was it you did not ask advice when you were in Vichy?
I have much faith in the Vichy doctors.
No, monsieur. We Parisian doctors have to be very careful how we treat their patients. Will you read these letters, please?
A.
Correct. And this?
C-E.
Correct. And this?
F-F-I.
Correct. There is nothing wrong with your eyesight, monsieur. You are merely wasting your time and mine.
Dr. Cartier, I'm trying to get in touch with the underground movement.
If such a movement exists, it is not in my consulting room.
I was sent here by Joe, the barman.
I'm not in the habit of frequenting bars. I'm a teetotaler. I mind my own business and carry on with my work. 50 francs, please.
So there's absolutely nothing you can do for me?
Absolutely nothing.
If you trusted me, you could do a great deal for me, Dr. Cartier. And for France.
Other patients are waiting. If you insist on prolonging this aimless interview, it must take place outside my professional hours.
Why, certainly. That's just what I want.
Where will you be tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock?
On the terrace of the Café de la Paix.
Good. Goodbye.
Au revoir, Doctor.
Identity card, please. This is where we beat a strategic withdrawal. Identity card, please. I'm Irish. Identity card. Come on, you. Is that the way to be addressing a strictly neutral subject? There. I bet you can't read it anyway.
Monsieur Descartes?
Yes?
You will come with us.
Hey, you can't arrest a man without charging him.
Shut up, Mike.
Mind your own business, or we'll take you along, too. Can it be you're after provoking a diplomatic incident? Because if it... And is it myself, the O'Rourke, is having an insult like that put upon me by a smelly frog-eater? Me blood's up! Up the rebels! And I tell you, you'll not take him away! Down the rebels!
Come in.
René Descartes, Monsieur le Commissaire.
Bring him in, and you may go.
Monsieur Descartes.
Please sit down.
Thank you.
You're a British subject, aren't you, Mr. Warren?
My name is René Descartes.
René Descartes, a captain in the French cavalry. Formerly liaison officer with the British Expeditionary Force, has been in England since the evacuation from Dunkirk. You assumed his name, and you were brought to France by German U-boat this summer. Is that correct? Please answer me.
On what authority am I being interrogated?
On the authority of the Commissioner of Police for the city of Paris.
On what charge am I held?
During the Spanish Civil War, you held a military appointment in the International Brigade. But in reality, you were employed as an agent by the British government. Correct?
Oh, it's true that I fought in Spain.
In Paris, your services have been at the disposal of German military intelligence. You hold a document signed by Colonel Niemann, furnishing you with immunity from arrest by any authority other than the German secret police.
If that is so, why have you arrested me?
Mr. Warren, you must realize by now that there is very little concerning your affairs about which I have not been informed. Will you therefore answer my questions helpfully? Perhaps you would like to smoke.
Thanks. English?
Your eyesight is perfect. My friend, Dr. Cartier, was right.
Your friend, Dr. Cartier? Well, now I begin to understand. Of course, I'll answer your questions gladly.
Good. And what was your reason for risking your life in helping Pierre Sargon to escape from France and then for allowing him to be killed?
So they killed him. I wasn't certain.
But why did you let him go? That's what we can't understand. That's what we want to know.
Because it wasn't Sargon. It was another man, a fake.
Where's Sargon, then?
Still in France. In a concentration camp. I don't know which one. Under the name of Mario.
Are you absolutely certain about this?
Yes, of course. If Sargon weren't still alive, why do you think I returned? Why do you think I've been chasing around Paris for weeks trying to get in touch with you?
How can we help you? What do you want?
Find Edouard Mario.
We'll do our best if he's still alive.
Good. And you'll let me know? Should I come back here?
No. Go back and see Cartier in a couple of days. Monsieur Descartes.
Collaborators, that's what we are. Collaborators.
Stefan, we've started something. We have to finish it.
I won't go on. I'm finished with play acting for the Huns. I'm beginning to despise myself. And you.
We have to find Sargon and get him out of France. How we do it doesn't matter.
It does matter. There is a clean way of doing everything. But our way smells.
Well, perhaps he's right. That's David. Go and look after Stefan, huh? I'd like to talk to David alone, of course.
Okay.
Darling.
Good news at last. We've found Sargon.
Oh, David. Oh, it's been a nightmare. Now it's finished.
Okay, not yet.
Well, you know where he is.
Yes, but you see, he's in a concentration camp at Bar-le-Duc. We've got to get him out. It'll take time. So you must carry on.
David, you don't know what you're asking.
Darling, I do. But at least go on rehearsing. Find difficulties. Put everything in their way. You see, the audience need never see the show if you can manage to stall. Have you forgotten what you said you'd do?
What did I say I'd do?
You said you'd throw sand in their eyes. Well, now's the time to throw it. Bags of it. Now, darling, there's no time to lose. I've got to leave tonight. So, goodbye.
Not goodbye. Never goodbye.
Thank you. That'll be all for this morning.
All right, girls, back at rehearsal for 2 o'clock. And be in time. Now, come on.
They are excellent, aren't they? Superb. Colossal.
Yes. But they won't do, I tell you. They just won't do.
But they are typical for all our well-built German girls.
I don't doubt it. But
Those figures, they'd make excellent barrage balloons, but ballet dancers never.
Dr. Hoffman, I must have more strings.
I don't want you to think I'm being difficult.
I must have more strings. Strings? Fiddles, cellos.
But the band is excellent. It drowns everything. It drowns even my voice.
All trumpets, trombones. We are not marching down the Unter den Linden.
A band is a band. What difference does it make?
But this one's all wind, like all Germans.
I won't sing with them. Good morning. There's no order in this theater. Today you want one thing, tomorrow you want another.
What about my dancers?
What's wrong with those girls? They have appeared in all the big shows.
Yes, cattle shows.
That is an insult to German womanhood.
You must have been mad to say I'd do this show.
Oh, what is it now?
These designs.
The costumes were designed on Herrn von Schreiner's instructions.
Then where is Herr von Schreiner? I insist on seeing him at once.
Here I am.
Is this German efficiency?
No musicians?
No dance. And look at these designs.
What's wrong with them?
They're fantastic. A nightmare of a Teutonic mind.
I thought they were charming.
You like them?
Yes.
This man couldn't even design wallpaper.
They're not theatre. They're clumsy, hideous.
All right, let's have another designer. Have anyone you like?
There are none available. Like all decent Frenchmen. They are in prison.
In prison?
Yes. Like Mario.
Mario? Never heard of him.
Oh, he was brilliant. A brilliant designer.
What's the use? Let's face it, we'll never put on this show.
A show? You call this a show? No musicians, no costumes, heifers for ballet dancers? It's murder!
My dear Gorel, you shall have your musicians. All of you, please, accept my assurances. You shall have everything you want. We don't intend to save any expense. You shall have the very best. Hoffman, see that they get what they want. And no memos, no files.
Jawohl.
No, it's no use. Dr. Hoffman treats this theater as if it were a junk shop. If it's only for your own sake, Herr von Schreiner, let's pack the whole thing up. You don't want a third-rate flop. What sort of propaganda is that?
Nothing's going to be third-rate. Everything is available.
I don't agree. We need Parisian midinettes. They're all in factories. We need a designer, and he's in prison.
Mademoiselle Girard, don't get upset. Let's talk this over quietly. Won't you come and dine with me tonight?
Yes, I will.
960547, Mario, Edouard. Arrested 8th of September in Marseille. Refused to answer interrogation. Sentenced to be flogged. 30 strokes.
Must you go on?
Sentence repeated. Removed for medical treatment.
Is it necessary to go through all this?
No papers. Refuses to speak of himself or his friends. How do you propose to use this man?
As designer for the Mogador Theater.
Is that all?
He may be useful to us.
To us?
To my department.
Ah, to the propaganda department.
I must remind you, Major Liston, that I have here the order for his release.
It's still my duty to understand what I'm doing.
He's essential.
No man is essential.
Perhaps not in your department, but in mine, yes.
And has unique talent. It's not so much a question of you doing him a favor by releasing him. The difficulty will be to persuade him to help us with our production.
That is something I do not understand.
He has very strong principles. He may not approve of... He may refuse to work with us. He may even refuse to be released.
Not approve? Refuse? If we order it, he has to obey.
Oh, Major, listen, just one moment, please.
Send in 960547.
You must understand that this man is very ill. Mentally upset. He may act in a very peculiar way. After all he's been through, he may not even remember me.
That's no concern of mine.
It would be embarrassing if he didn't remember you.
Rosenbaum.
Edouard. Mario, I am glad to see you. How are you? It's Gay. Edouard, it's me, Gay. What have you done to him? Don't tell me you've forgotten Stefan, Pani, and all the rest of us. Oh, try to remember. The Mogador. Please, you must remember.
Yes, I remember you. You're Gabriel Girard.
There, you see? He knows me.
Why should you find it surprising?
Edouard, we're putting on La Comtesse again, and we can't possibly do it without you. They're going to release you.
I don't understand what you mean.
France has got to find herself again. We need you.
Mademoiselle, in the past I admired your performances, but this one in collaboration with these gentlemen, I cannot congratulate you on that.
Oh, your bracelet. Permit me. Very attractive. And so light.
Yes, an alloy. Tube alloy. Thank you. Edouard, does your work mean nothing to you now?
My work means everything to me.
Why don't you go on with it while you have the chance? For your own sake. And your daughter's sake.
Yes. Yes, I will.
May we go now?
Major Liston, will you please sign the order?
I must remind you that this release is the entire responsibility of the Ministry of Propaganda.
The entire responsibility, Major Liston. Here are your papers. My car's outside. Please use it.
Thank you.
That was an extraordinary performance. I hope you know what you're doing.
Yes, Major. We know what we're doing. But sometimes we like to do it in our own way. Major Liston.
Herr von Schreiner.
Hello? Von Schreiner speaking. You will make immediate investigation into the activities before June 1940 of 960547, released today from Bar-le-Duc. Yes. Particularly in regard to his career in the theater and his personal connections, if any, with Mademoiselle Girard. This will be a confidential report. Military intelligence or any other department will not be advised. You will also place a watch on Mademoiselle Girard's house and cover the movements of everyone leaving it. Yes.
No, it's not David.
It's never him, never, never, never. Night after night, waiting.
Patience, Stefan.
Yes, you know how to be patient, but I've never known.
Is anything wrong?
No, I'll be all right.
Have some brandy.
No, thanks. It's a sickness I had at the camp. Nerves, that's all.
Yes, I understand this waiting.
Now I've learned how to wait. But each time I've left this house, I've had the feeling I was being followed. Today I was certain. Wherever you go, someone behind you. It's brought back everything that happened to me.
If they are following you, they suspect.
But if they discovered the real truth, I couldn't go through with it again.
I'm going to Bar-le-Duc. I'm going to find David and tell him Monsieur Sargon's here.
No, Gay. He said on no account must anyone try to reach him.
He must be told. He's risking his life.
I'll go, they don't follow me, I don't matter.
They'll miss you at rehearsals.
I'll be back before then, and I'll bring David with me.
You shouldn't go. It's wrong. I know it's wrong.
I've listened to other people long enough. Now I listen only to my own advice. I'll bring him back.
Lose yourself. Phone, Gay, but don't get into the house.
Your identity card, please. Please come with us.
Hello. Hello.
You must have a reason for this?
I have. An excellent reason.
What?
You are a suspected person.
Suspected of what?
That is precisely what we shall have to find out. By one means or another.
So you admit you've no charge against me?
On the contrary, we shall probably find quite a number.
But you can't send me to a concentration camp without knowing why. I insist that you inform Colonel Lehman.
And who else do you insist I should inform? The angel Gabriel?
Now,
I'll just show you how to link up several charges like this to blow up something big, like that bridge we're after tonight.
Attention, London.
Colonel Britton, I've several personal messages for you tonight. Marie Antoinette, 2 friends will visit you tonight. 2 friends will visit you tonight. A message for Rudolph Valentino, 120%, 60 in the shade, and 43 meters high.
That's it. That's for René Descartes.
Rudolph
Find out how good it'll do him where he is now. Holy Moses, is there nothing we can do?
Michael O'Rourke.
What?
Meters
You're
high.
wanted on the telephone.
The tiny hand is burning 2 times. I repeat, the tiny hand.
Who? Who? Glory be... Yes. Yes. Yes, as many as you like. 14, 20, all in uniform. Right, we'll be there. We'll not fail you. Up the rebels!
I'd like a word with you, alone.
Herr Hoffmann, call the guard room.
I shouldn't make a fool of yourself a second time if I were you.
This man was on arrest.
And released.
On whose authority?
Colonel Neiman.
I was not informed.
I'm informing you now.
I shall take the matter up. I demand an inquiry.
That is already being made as to the action of the propaganda department in detaining agents of military intelligence during the course of their duty.
Who are you?
German military intelligence.
Leave us. I owe you an apology. I acted in good faith.
Yes, Herr von Schreiner. Your good faith seems to have led you into some very serious trouble.
Please explain yourself.
It's exactly what I proposed to do. You want to know why I was in Bar-le-Duc?
Why?
I was looking for the French scientist, Pierre Sagan.
I think perhaps I'd better confirm this story of yours with Colonel Neiman.
And to save time, you'd better confirm that Sagan is not dead, if that's what you're in doubt about. Oh, you made a grand reputation for yourself as amateur detective at the expense of the German Reich. But you killed the wrong man. And while every responsible department's been turning Europe upside down, looking for the greatest living expert on the atomic theory, where's he hiding?
Don't question me. It's none of my business.
It's odd you should say that, seeing that you ordered his release. Seeing that he's now working under your patronage and protection.
You don't mean...
Yes. I mean the man you call Mario.
Well, I try to do my duty to the best of my ability.
Exactly, to the best of your ability.
I inform the Gestapo.
No. You'd better arrest him now. You're good at that sort of thing.
Yes. I'll arrest them now.
All of them. No, you won't. We don't want any more of your propaganda. You carry on with your Punch and Judy show at the Mogador. We'll take care of them later.
All right. I'll arrest Sagan at once.
And have him sent to Gestapo headquarters. They're expecting him. I'll come with you to see you don't bungle it. There he is.
You're Pierre Sagan. Come with me. You're under arrest.
Traitor, Judas!
No, Stefan!
He sold him to save his own skin. Swine!
Stefan!
Sorry. I had to do my duty.
David.
Gestapo Hauptwache.
Jawohl. Dann hurry up.
Now, as quick as you can, back to Gabrielle Girard's house. I bet she had the fright of her sweet life.
Happiness is like a wedding dress that for a day becomes your heart's attire. Locked away with joys of yesterday, it lies forgotten as a lost desire. There the heart that finds it by chance sees at once life's dusty answer. But you'll find a golden thread will bind the scattered roses of your love's bouquet. Other day. Someday we shall meet again. I'll find
Get me for Schreiber. Jawohl.
Herr von Schreiner. Herr von Schreiner. Herr von Schreiner, SS Oberrückenführer Heitzig wants you.
What? You wish to see me, Herr Obergruppenführer?
Where is Sargon?
I don't understand.
Where is Sargon? Answer me!
I arrested him. I sent him on an escort to Gestapo headquarters.
You fool! You gibbering jackass! The man they brought in was Schultz of the German Food Commission from Hamburg. Drunk. Stinking drunk!
It was Sargon, a Frenchman, not Schultz.
Are you calling me a liar?
No, Herr Obergruppenführer. I beg your pardon, Herr Obergruppenführer.
Then how did Schultz get there? By some cheap publicity stunt? Or by criminal blunder?
I don't understand unless...
Inform every Gestapo command in France that Sargon has escaped.
Jawohl.
Warn the frontiers.
Zu Befehl.
And surround the theater.
I have already given the order, Herr Obergruppenführer.
Good. You are all in this, and you're going to pay for it. None of the actors will leave. Arrest the lot. Anyone implicated? Shoot. What are you standing there for? Do something! Arrest that woman! You, Dr. Hoffman, stay here. You're under arrest.
Yes, take your gun, you German swine. You live by the gun, the whip, torture, destruction.
Quiet!
No! To hell with you! Do you hear that? Do you know what it means? You profiteers of misery. There's still hope. One day, death will fall from the skies on you, and all of you, crushing you, grinding you.
Quiet.
David, turn off the lights.
Where's Gorell? Where is he?
I told him to come straight here.
We don't leave now, maybe too late.
Well, we can't go without him. I'll find him.
Hurry.
Open up! Open the door!
Quick, in the cupboard.
Open
Open up! Open up! Open the door!
Herr von Schreiner. No, leave me. Please, I ask you to leave me.
Oh, we've always been together. You're coming with us.
No, I'm finished now. Funny, I feel good. No nerves, nothing to upset me anymore. I killed my German.
Herr von Schreiner!
Staircase.
Hier, hinauf! Schnell! Feuer!
Monsieur le Commissaire, the sergeant gone?
Yes, he's gone and he's safe. And there's a plane waiting for you. You'll be in England before daybreak.
Good. Well, Gay, the plane's waiting.
For me? Oh, no, David. What use could I be in England?
Well, what can you do here?
So much more than ever before in my life. Even if it's only waiting. Waiting for France to live again. You do understand, David? Please tell me you do.
Yes, of course I understand. Goodbye, darling.
Never goodbye. You know that. But tell them in England that we're watching the skies and the beaches, waiting every moment of every hour for an invasion of France. And I'm waiting for you.
Mrs. Warren, with my very best wishes.
Thank you, Colonel.
And tremendous good fortune to both of you.
Thank you, sir. Oh, and this is for you, sir, with our best wishes.
Oh, thank you. By the way, young man, congratulations on a good show.
Oh, thank you, sir. As a matter of fact, if it hadn't been for my wife, I'd...
Good heavens. Burning flesh. Burning flesh. Terrific. Terrific. Young man, you've done a good job. A very good job. A wonderfully good job. A thundering good job.
No trouble at all, sir.
No trouble at all.